Richard warming him. Currently, Evdoka's just a little bit ahead of him. Warming him does take that lead. And it's going to be awkward for these final few corners. Warming him floors it. He's away quick. Evdoka actually gets a pretty good run, but he's not going to be able to challenge across the start-finish line just behind Steve Lavelli. Under pressure from Stuart McFadden already, but it's warming him away well from the pole position. Evdoka challenging into turn 1, and Lavelli having to go defensive against McFadden. McFadden looking to the inside. Could there be contact between these two? Not quite, but he's going to have to go defensive once again. Ayres just watching just behind. Jamie Ayres could not quite take that. Stuart McFadden nearly took third position at the start of the race, but they're losing each other a lot of time now. And the top three pulling away up ahead. Ayres is just concentrated on trying to make this move. He's gone to the outside, maybe came to a little bit of a dummy to the inside. Not quite. McFadden couldn't shove him off the circuit though, and round the outside goes Ayres. He just wants the cutback now, but they get on the power at a similar time. Slightly better traction there for Jamie Ayres, and McFadden is squeezing him right to the wall. That was good defense from Stuart McFadden. Ayres to the outside gain as the track narrows. Down the hill they go. A little bit deep on the brakes perhaps as McFadden, but there's not too much you can do on the exit of this corner because you're straight into the next complex. It's very much single file here, but Ayres goes into the back of McFadden ever so slightly, but that was nice defense from McFadden.
Quick glance at the front of that Mercedes, looks okay, as I think that is a dive bomb there. We see Cullinan on the inside of Malcolm. BMW against Mercedes, and he makes the move.
Another one coming up, Colin Robinson, and here we go side by side. McFadden on the outside, Ayres on the inside. It's going to be switched around though this time. Ayres has got to try to just hold it round the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next one, but can he just stay level? Yes, he can, Stuart McFadden. That is brilliant driving there to just get his nose ahead, and he's going to have the inside as well into this hairpin. This is the great racing you can get around Motegi. Can he just push Ayres off? He tries to, and they make contact. That could have been a whole lot worse. Ayres may still even have the inside for the hairpin, but he really got his run compromised by that move from McFadden. Evdoka in the slipstream, just watching behind as the other XVR driver of Steve Lavelli. Evdoka will look to the inside, and he's gonna maybe have his nose cut off a little bit. Warming leaves too much space, and Evdoka is gonna have the inside for this next corner. No, he's not. The run from Warmingham was just about good enough. He's going to have to go defensive once again here. Evdoka flashing his lights, and he's gone to the inside here. Warmingham round the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next one, and he almost runs off the circuit now. Evdoka side by side. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, and that should be job done for Michael Evdoka. That's a perfect move. Really driving well there, Michael, and he's into the race lead.
Everybody has joined this fight for fourth place, and I think the sooner Ayres can pass McFadden, the better for him, because otherwise these guys will go to town and try to make moves left and right. Great defending there, once again, almost 3 wide going to the hairpin.
Oh, Ayres nearly into the back of him. I think that Ferrari has a nice little bit of straight line speed, doesn't it, which just allows him to fend off any attack. That is a surprise though from Ayres, and he's trying to go for it at a corner that you would not dream of doing it, and it's going to leave him vulnerable now to Lane O'Connor. He's trying to move through. Cullinan nearly loses it in the background. Malcolm as well. Robinson trying to get involved. For now, it seems like McFadden's going to be fine. O'Connor to the inside of Jamie Ayres. The two Mercedes side by side, and they've made contact, and Ayres has lost 2 positions in a couple of corners. Yeah, the amount of cones dispatched there. Oh dear. Oh, down the inside. Oh wow, that was a nice attack from Ayres, and it's put Robinson off. That was brilliant from Jamie Ayres. That was a really nice little tactic to just glance to the inside, and he's got the power through this turn 6, and he's going to be able to pull ahead.
You see, Ayres is very, very close, but he's a little bit scared, I think, because it might happen that O'Connor car can glitch.
Inside of him.
Inside, yeah. That's a way to make a pass.
Deliberate, was it?
Oh man, he went straight through him and got the. Maybe that was the only way somebody could pass McFadden tonight, because he's making that Ferrari very, very large. Let's see a replay.
This must have been a mistake. Yeah, that was so a mistake. That was not a deliberate move. McFadden, though, could get pushed off a little bit.
Probably will not hit you, as Cullinan goes once again very wide there at the final corner, but I think he got a bit scared, because you see this car in the rearview mirror, it's suddenly so big. As he goes for a move on turn 1, he says, you are... oh, the touch!
Ayres goes through. ambitious move from a long way back into turn 1, and he was a long way back. Yeah, it's very clumsy there from Stuart. Yeah, it wasn't even on the bricks, was it? He was just a bit too eager to get on the throttle. He's been bang on. Malcolm, just watching this, he's not going to get involved in any unnecessary collisions. That's been his tactic for the entire season. And how has that profited him, Marco?
I had talked to him after last week's BSR, this week's, I say, MX5 race.
No, come on.
No.
Oh.
Oh man.
We're so sorry. But here we go. Michael Abdoka going to come round the final few corners here at Motegi, and he's going to take another race victory. He's had a real upturn in pace these past few weeks. And here he comes, Michael Abdoka, to take race 1 here at Motegi. And what a good drive that was from him. So James Underhill round the final chicane now. Scott Malcolm along with him. They haven't gone too early here. When will he go? James Underhill from the pole position, and away we go for race 2 of the evening. It's not a great start. No, so they haven't gone. They all got on the brakes, and
oh man,
gone. That was chaos, and Underhill has got to a horrendous start. Dima also got a poor start. It's Malcolm leading the race, but I wonder if that's going to be a jump start for him. There could be contact, and there is contact. The XBR drove around. Ayres was in there as well, but it's Malcolm in the lead with Robinson right on his tail. McFadden perhaps sees a potential race victory. Stuart McFadden down the inside of Colin Robinson, and they go into turn 5 now, and he has got that position.
Very surprised that there was nothing major, because you know,
change for the lead, sorry.
Yeah, change for the lead. Yeah, McFadden is in the lead.
He's now up into 5th position, up 5 places himself. Underhill is now down 6. What a chaotic first lap this is, and Dima's gone for the move, and that's a great move from Lee Dima on Colin Robinson.
And Malcolm went straight for the box, so he has a penalty.
And yeah, that's put his showdown chances maybe in a bit of jeopardy.
Synchronized spinning there. No contact, I think, between the two guys. It's going to be very defensive here on the inside. Let's see what Abdoka has in store for him.
Going defensive straight away with Stuart McFadden. You can just about muscle your way around the outside here, and Abdoka's going to try to do it. He's going round the outside here, and that's going to be an awesome move from Abdoka. McFadden tries to force him off, and now it's going to be side by side going into this next section. Of course, if McFadden can just hang it round the outside, he's going to have a chance. Abdoka trying to stay in there, but just cutting him off is McFadden. Now heading down this pit straight, and I'm sure McFadden will go right to the inside, right to the pit wall. Abdoka looks to the inside. He cannot find a way through.
To McFadden, and there Ayres is flashing his lights to Abdoka as they go once again back to the double left-hander here that will bring them under the bridge for the first time of the 2 times they get under the bridge.
Oh, he's going to crash.
Hard hit for Abdoka.
Like it's going to be in the corner of the car.
He hit that ball at home.
Wasn't it?
Look at that, he went on the grass. Lost the drive a little bit even on the sand, and that was a very hard hit, and he's holding the wheel, you see, on the right side to go straight.
So he's right on the tail of Lee Dima. He's going to not qualify for the showdown. Either of these drivers, and Josh Thompson is going to look to the inside. Lee Dima not putting up much of a fight, and Thompson moves up into the top 3 positions. He was quite comfortable in the lead, seemingly had the pace to fend off his rival, but now this is super close. This is where McFadden hit Lane O'Connor in the last race, and look at Thompson. He's gaining. Not going to be in with a chance into turn 1, but someone who does fancy his chances is James. And now Thompson's going to go through 1. He's going to go through 2 maybe. This would be an incredible overtake. Josh Thompson takes the lead of the race from absolutely nowhere, and it's only taken him a handful of laps to go from the back of the grid to the front of the grid. And whilst these two carry on fighting once against one another, and there's going to be contact. Ayres is round. Dima moves up a position. Thompson in the lead.
Using the 2 dueling drivers as a pick basically, and getting into the corner in 3rd position and getting out of it in 1st position, as we see more contact there. I think that was Max Wright in his red car. Oh, contact. Stevens, save it. Oh man, in the gravel, 3 wide there, wasn't going to work, as McFadden is defending now from La Valley, and now he's blinking.
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about Labelli, and actually, this time McFadden not defending. That's very uncharacteristic of him today.
Evdoka extremely close to McFadden there. He had to lift, otherwise there would have been contact.
Oh, Labelli's off.
Levelli is off. Levelli had a very, very bad corner.
Oh, he's off again, and he's hit the wall.
wall.
Well, he looked so strong, didn't he? And just lost it early on there. Maybe overheated the tyres a little bit. I just got on the grass and it's clumsy there, similar to what Evdoka did, but with far worse consequences.
Let's see how will McFadden defend, of course, like he always does, all on the inside. Great run from Evdoka.
This is a repeat of the situation they had earlier on in the race, but Evdoka that time didn't feel the confidence to stick it on the inside. To be fair, McFadden was super late on the brakes, and that's compromised his run coming out of the final corner. And Evdoka sees a gap down the inside, but McFadden was not going to give him that gap. And Evdoka growing a little bit frustrated, and he's taking a slightly surprising line down into turn 1. This was the last lap of the race. Dima trying to go for a move, and Evdoka's a little bit late in covering off, almost blocking off the Mercedes, and he might run into the side of McFadden. He has done. McFadden gets back the right way, but he's lost 2 positions straight away there. He might lose 4. Evdoka into 2nd place.
I mean, you are right. It was pretty clear from his body language that he was getting restless. And now a dive bomb from Javier, and somebody's around. Yeah, it's Dimmer. Dimmer in the grass.
Yeah, Josh Thompson coming round the final complex of corners now. In that McLaren, he's not going to challenge the championship now, but Josh Thompson crosses the line to win at Motegi. Race 2 of the evening goes his way. Here we go. Evdoka 2nd, Thompson 1st. Gonna round the final corner for race 3 of the evening, and away we go. Josh Thompson away really well in Evdoka. I thought he might have a good launch. It hasn't turned out that way because Ayres is pressurising him into turn 1, but not quite. Ayres just has to back up.
At night we have to maybe have a bit of a adjustment on braking points, etc. As we see Evdoka very, very aggressive and good defending from Thompson on the inside as Wormingham tries to attack Robinson, and I think he will be successful in this double right-hander under the bridge. The top 3 are extremely close, and I really want to see Evdoka do well in this race, and I want to see what his pace is.
Oh, he's hit him!
Oh,
that was very clumsy from Jamie Ayres, but Evdoka's kind of got away with it. He's going to lose out to Robinson and Dima. We've seen a lot of contact there, and Ayres is apologising a lot there profusely.
You think that flashing the lights is code for apologizing?
Yesterday in the Euro V8, and that was very different equipment, very different circuit, and that was warming up. Oh dear. So many drivers have done that, Marco. Getting on the grass, and it's just, guys, stay within the white lines because it's suicide going up there. Might be able to extract a little bit more pace from it, just because I think he's got a little bit of damage on that car, and because we saw earlier on.
Extremely fast stop.
Yeah, really
5
quick.
seconds. 4.5 seconds. Hopefully put enough fuel in the car.
Curveball coming in. On that last lap, on his first fast lap, Michael Evdoka 46.86. Josh Thompson 47.61. That's almost a second difference. And here comes Wormingham, actually really close on Thompson. And we look to the inside here. Richard Wormingham, that's been as close as he's been.
It's an 8-second stop for Richard Wormingham. Neck and neck for the position here, and Wormingham is ahead.
They matched each other through sectors 4 and 5, and Josh Thompson's still stationary. He's still stationary. It's 11-second stop, and that's surely going to be enough for Richard Wormingham to take the lead of the race. Josh Thompson might even be behind Michael Evdoka. He is. He's down into P3, and he's got all the work to do now. I don't know if we could just ride on board with him maybe for half a lap or so. Just see if he's lifting and coasting, because I'm surprised by this downturn in pace, because you remember on his first full lap.
He's in.
Wormingham rounding the final few corners now. Here he comes, Richard Wormingham, to take race 3 here at Motegi. Fantastic drive from him.
Yeah, the Macca's not good. Let's just clear that up. I'm just going to clear this up now. It's the worst GT3 on the grid, by a mile. The Merc drove up to me by about 4/10 on the straight. The Audi has more mechanical grip. It's just an absolute weapon of a car. I was having to try so hard just to keep it on the track.
Then we'll be back with us for that Phillip Island round, the final round before the showdown. How much will the points matter there? Still looking really close in the standings. We will be back next time, and from me, from Market, and from Sam, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you next time.